looks now, so I thought I'd show it to you. I know it's been an insane number of months for someone to still be decorating their room. I moved into this house in September and it's currently March 1st right now. But I believe that investing in your room really does wonders for your mental well-being, especially if you're in university. I don't know if this is completely true, but if you're a stressed person like I am, I think calm colours tend to be a lot better for your room than say bright reds or bright oranges. That being said though, I do have a lot of bright colours in my room. I sort of knew what I wanted to do for my room. First I made a Pinterest board because that's how all of these things tend to start. I just saved photos to a board that genuinely spoke to me as a person, and I printed them out, as you can see. I will show you this in a minute. And I even got my friends to describe me. If they had to describe me in 3 words, what would I be? And a lot of my friends tended to associate me with the ocean because, for those of you that don't know, I collect an ungodly amount of shells. So there's a lot of ocean motifs in my room, and my room is very nature orientated. I do want to get a lot more plants. I've got 1 orchid so far, and she stayed alive for the majority of this time I've lived here, which is good. Another thing that my friends said was I tend to gravitate more towards gold rather than silver, so I have a lot of gold accents in my room. And as I said before, I collect shells and just trinkets in general, so I have a lot of different trinkets in my room. It's kind of like an antique shop in here. But anyway, that's enough of me rambling, so let me show you my room. So when you walk in and close the door, this is where I keep all of my bags that I tend to use most often. The main one I use is the black one, and honestly I think the pink one and the blue one are just there for decoration. I might wear them in summer, but I think for the winter time and the early springtime it's probably not something that I would go for. I think all of the bags are secondhand if I'm not mistaken. I know the pink one is from a charity shop back home. This purple one I know was from a charity shop by my uni because I remember getting it. And I was really deep in my whimsy goth phase when I got this. And it kind of reminded me of the Mazzy Star album. And funny story about the bra, when I was getting undressed, I just put my bra on this hook and it looked nice, so I just kept it there. This blue bag is probably the most expensive of the 4 bags I have here. It was from a charity shop, but it was £15, which, fair enough, it is a very nice bag. And this last one, I think I got from a vintage shop called Flamingos in Reading when I went last time. And I tend to use this as my everyday bag. So that's my door, and if you come this way, or if I come this way, I have a command hook, and this dress that I got from Vinted, I bought it and I thought it was really pretty, but it was a bit too short for me and I didn't want to give it away, so I just kept it as a decor piece. And on the opposite side of that is my picture wall, which I really love. I think this is probably my favourite part of my room. This particular poster I got from Spitalfields Market when I was in London for my friend's 21st birthday. And I have really good memories of that day. We went and watched Mamma Mia, so every time I look at this poster I'm reminded of that, which is lovely. And most of these other pictures I just got from Pinterest because I thought those were what spoke to me the most. And for those of you who do know me personally, you'd know I'm very obsessed with mermaids, so I had to put that one on there. And I don't know if anyone has seen this particular kitchen on Pinterest, but this is exactly what my ideal kitchen would look like. As I said before, I have a lot of ocean motifs and shell motifs. These 2 pictures kind of represent me and my flatmate. She's Turkish and I'm Pakistani. Now when I moved into this room, there was a hook back there, and I had a framed picture that I bought from a charity shop a very long time ago. So I just put that on, and it works really well with my other pictures. I just have my ukulele by my radiator because I haven't played it in so long, and I think if I wake up and see it every day, I'm more inclined to play it. And speaking of radiators, this is mine. The golden hook on it was supposed to go on the door, but my doors are ridiculously thick, so it didn't fit on there. So I've just put some bangles, some hair ties and a scarf on there just in case I need them when I walk out the door. And I have 2 belts on there as well. The brown one with the silver embellishments I actually got from Morocco when I went, so that is very special to me. And the golden one I got from Shein like 5 years ago. I don't shop there anymore. So maybe if you want a similar belt, you can check eBay or Vinted. And speaking of Vinted, that's where I got these really pretty heels. They've got kind of blue needlework on them. I'm not entirely sure what that's called, but I really liked it. So moving on to my bed. I have mostly white bed sheets because they tend to brighten up the place as well. Even though I do have a floor length door window thing that lets in a lot of light, it just makes the room seem a lot more flowy, if that makes sense. These bed sheets I think my mother got from Dunelm about 2 years ago, and I really like them. And on the topic of my mother, she gave me those 2 pillows either side of the blue one. We've had these pillows for as long as I can remember, and I've always eyed them up. And eventually she gave in, which was really sweet of her. But the blue pillow in the middle I got from a charity shop, believe it or not. I did wash it. I wash everything I get from charity shops before I wear it. On top of my bed, I made a canopy, which was quite interesting to make, honestly. But I really liked how it turned out. I feel like a princess when I sleep in this bed now. Just really quickly, this is my cupboard. It's quite a big cupboard, which is lovely because I have a lot of clothes. And I really didn't like the handles this cupboard came with, so I bought some new ones from this place, I cannot pronounce the name. And I just replaced those ugly handles with these really nice ones. And this is a really easy DIY you can do to subtly spruce up your room a little bit. And just really quickly, on the other side of the wardrobe, I just have my laundry basket and this tile sample that this old DIY store was giving away for free. And in front of my laundry basket, I just have a little bin. This bin has seen me through my entire childhood, which is really crazy to think about now. And next to the shell tile sample thing is my shell collection. These shells I have collected over the 20-ish years I've been alive, so there's a lot of them. I really want to fill this entire box up, but I think that is going to take me another 20 years. And this is bedside table number 1. It's very sort of granny-esque, but I really like the way the doilies look, so I'm just going to keep them there. Now, as you're probably aware right now, I'm very obsessed with shells and shell-shaped trinkets and things like that. So I have this, I'm not entirely sure what it is. I think it might be a butter dish or something like that. And inside I just have, I think, 3 abalone shells. Yeah, 3 abalone shells, a conch shell, 3 other shells that I don't know the name of. I know that one's a scallop. And some blue crystal, I've forgotten what the name is. And then surprise, more shells. This thing inside my abalone shell is actually compact, and I've been looking for one of these for so long. That's what it looks like open, and I think it has an extra little thing you can open, so I might put in some lip balm or something like that. And then I just have a couple of other trinkets. So there's some selenite there, and there's another golden box. And inside that golden box is the only piece of silver jewellery that will ever exist to me or mean anything to me. And then my bedside lamps I actually got from TK Maxx. I think they're Ralph Lauren, but I did get them on sale, so they were £35 instead of 70 each. And I do tend to collect glass bottles, which is a bit of a silly habit, but I just have one of those as well. Now this other bedside table I'm really excited to show you. So these are all the books that I'm hopefully planning to read over the next few months. Of course my favourite, The Little Mermaid, is at the top. And then I have my flute here in a little candle holder because I couldn't find anything else to put it in. I left my stand at home. I have had this flute for many years, and you can really tell by the rust on it. You can't really see it on camera, but trust me, it's there. And then surprise, another glass bottle. I think this is actually for vinegar, so I might decant my vinegar into there. And then I have this little box that I got from a charity shop. I'm not entirely sure what you put in it, but I just put shells that I found on the beach here. And the same with this. This one specifically has mussel shells in it because I really like the sheen they have on them. I don't know if you can tell, I did put the flash on, so hopefully that makes it easier. But I have the same lamp. Again, this was £35 in TK Maxx on sale. And right above that, I have my calendar. I know I need to change it to March, but I will do that right after I stop filming this. And then I tried to save the best to last because I really like this dressing table. It's not your typical dressing table. I think it's actually a drinks cart. But my mother and I were in the garden centre before I moved here, and we saw it and we both immediately loved it. So I think it's become more of a trinkets holder than a dressing table. So I have a mirror here that was actually supposed to go on the wall, but I just forgot to put it on the wall, and it looks nice as it is. So this is my salt lamp that has been with me for about 4 years now, and I just have 2 ethers and a Lush perfume next to it. And I have a few crystals from my crystal girl phase. I'm sure we all had that phase. And next to it, my absolute pride and joy, my beautiful orchid. She's thriving. And next to it, I just have these 2 little picture frames. The circle one, the picture inside is just from Pinterest, from my old uni room. And the other one is where my friends and I went to Winter Wonderland. You can't actually see us that well, but I promise you we're there. And then I have this biochemic handbook that I got from Oxfam, I think. I'm not a biochemist, I do biomedical sciences, but this does actually come in handy quite often. And this is my necklace and other assorted jewellery collection. I really need to get another one of these stands because my jewellery is like falling off of this. And this, I'm like 99% sure this is where wine glasses are supposed to go, but I don't drink, so I've turned it into a little earring stand. Now this does have a couple of shelves underneath, so I'm just going to show you those as well. Surprise, surprise, there is another doily, and on top of the doily is my absolute favourite shell that I've ever found in my life. She is a conch shell, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know if you can see. She's so shiny. She has a bit of a pink hue to her, and I think because of her this shelf is kind of pink orientated. So this pink one is from my grandma. It's a Burberry perfume that she got for my birthday one year. And the red one is this Kayali burning cherry perfume, I think. I don't know, it's very nice. I like layering perfumes with this one. The pink perfume holder, I haven't actually put anything in there, I just use it for decoration. And I've been collecting little pill boxes like this for a while. I really like them. And then in front of those, I just have this candlestick holder. I haven't lit the candles recently, but I think I might in the evening. Now, I'll be honest, this next shelf is kind of all over the place. I do keep my rings here, but I think I've put some necklaces and bracelets here as well. And I have a hair mask there for some reason. I genuinely don't remember when I put that there. But I do have a little candle peeking out behind it. So when I light the candles in the candle holder, I might also light that. Now this bottom shelf is actually where I'm supposed to keep my bracelets. And I just have this green onyx tray with a little onyx dolphin on it. Again, sea motif. That's probably easier for you to see the dolphin. And then I just have another shell I found, and this really cute little pot that I got from a charity shop. And this other side, you can't really see that well, but I just have this little shell box where I keep pins, I think hairpins. I haven't actually looked in there in a while. And a couple of scarves and a tea light holder. And a little shell box back there as well. Now I thought I might as well just show you outside. So we got this entire set from the garden centre, and when my mother and I saw it, we both thought it was really unique. We bought a bench and 2 chairs and a table. Now this rug my flatmate actually bought, and I think it is supposed to go outside because it's quite a strawy material. But again, it's like my bed sheets. White really does brighten up places. So that was my room. I am going to add more plants, but until then, I'm keeping my orchid and hoping she stays alive. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!